Hello, hello. I'm just waiting for more people to join us. All right. Hello, hello. I see those messages coming in. All right, so in the meantime, for those of you who have joined us, good day, everybody. Please just start sending those questions through. We are going to talk about not just life after Matric, but about the decisions that you're going to make. As I said, I am going to be answering your questions. If my second favorite uncle, hey, Sharon, who's your first one? All right. Please let me know if I'm audible. Please let me know if you can hear me. Just give me a sharp. Okay, I see a yes, sir. All right. Okay, right, let's get right into it. Good day, everybody, and it's such a pleasure to be with you. Happy 2025. It's a new year. We are hopeful that we are going to achieve great things this year. And for those of you that are the Matric class of 2024, yay, congratulations for completing Matric. And you guys did it in style, hey? Yeah, 87.3%. That is really no small thing in terms of the pass rate. However, I think what has been a concern for me is that I see that the levels of mathematics and science, a lot of people are dropping mathematics. I think it was alleged that around 12,000 learners less than the previous year had taken up mathematics, and about 7,000 learners less than the previous year had taken science. So I think we've got a lot of work to do to make sure that we make maths and science as exciting as possible. And I promise you nothing but good content this year, not just in terms of helping you pass, but we're going to be giving you good content in maths and science, giving you career advice. We're going to be hosting conversations and have people come and talk to us about the world of STEM. So we're going to be talking about the bus and so on. But today, I wanted to talk about what happens life after Matric and navigating the difficulty of having to make decisions thereafter. Now, if you are part of those that did well in 2024 or as you got your results, congratulations to you. You probably know what you are doing next, and you probably know what is, what the future looks like. You probably have now decided on the university that you want to go into. But if you haven't, please just think about it carefully. You want to think about the level of exposure that you give yourself. And of course, that has a bearing on your future. So those are very important decisions. Guys, I want you to remember that the epitome of adulthood, you are adults now. So the epitome of adulthood is having to make decisions. So you can't run away from that, okay? So right now you are at that point. Even if your parents are still there for you, you're having conversations with them, but ultimately remember that the crux of where you are is really lies on the decisions that you make, and you have to make sure that you make quality decisions. Now, Let's talk. So for those of you who might not or who've got your results and perhaps are not happy with your results, right? There are a couple of options that are available for you, right? And I want to go right into those options. So firstly, there is an option to actually remark or recheck your script. And please note that the closing date for that is on the 21st of January. Now, you might be wondering, what is remarking, right? So this is where you ask, you've got your results now, but you want them to actually verify that your marks are actually, or your script was marked correctly, and that the marks that are reflected on your statement of results are actually a true representation of how you performed, right? So you're going to apply so that your script is remarked, and they are going to result you thereafter. Now, in my experience, to be quite honest with you, not too many people come back with the different results after remark. So sometimes I tend to think that maybe it might not be the best option to go for. Some people have asked me, what if is it possible for results to actually come back lower than they were? So I haven't seen that in the past, so I would say vehemently no. And even if that were the case, they probably would actually just adjust it and leave it where it is, right? So it is not possible for your results to actually be lower than what they are. Could they improve? Yes, but that's very unlikely since your script goes through various checkpoints, right, for before it is the marks are actually released. So in this case, sometimes I do think that the process of remarking is really not the best, right? So that's the first one. Of course, you've got an option. As I said, you're an adult now, so you are more than you're more than welcome to actually make that choice for yourself. Secondly, rechecking. What is that, right? So rechecking is actually when they give you an opportunity to come and peruse or view your script, right, to just go through the checks and balances. Maybe you're considering rewriting, right? Why would you want to recheck your script? You're considering rewriting, and you want to see where the mistakes were so that you can be able to actually focus on those areas where you did not do well. So that is essentially what you want to use the process of rechecking for. So I would think that is kind of productive because obviously it gives you an opportunity to be able to view where you went wrong and where you went right. You know where your strengths and your weaknesses are respectively, okay? So remember that the closing date and the number that you need to, or rather the process of reapplying, rechecking or remarking, just go to your statement of results and check at the back. All the information should be available there. All right, now, please remember that if you're going to remark, the results will be issued or will actually be given to you on the 7th of March. Okay, so for those of you who think that they can remark for the sake of applying or making a late application at a university, please note that's not possible because by then universities would have long closed, and so it becomes a futile exercise, right? If you want to do it for that purpose. Right. And then let's talk about now the next batch of people, right? Now, guys, I know that this is a very emotional decision, right? Sometimes when you think, when you did not perform well, when you watch other people and it looks like they are progressing, right? And it feels like, you are now left behind. What usually happens is that people then gravitate towards three things, right? And I want you to avoid the pitfalls that many people find themselves in. In fact, let me not say many people, let me just say some pitfalls that people find themselves in, right? Or the mistakes that they make when they make decisions. Now, number one, I want you to avoid making hasty decisions, right? So if your results are not a reflection of what you wanted, think about it. Sit down, reflect, think about it. Think about what you want to do on your journey going forward. So you want to think about the financial implications of any decision that you're going to make from now, right? I know, and please guys, I'm not trying to, influence your decision in any particular way, but I am essentially just trying to advise as much as I possibly can, okay? So what happens is that people fall into the pitfall of just taking just about anything, it's like, okay, no mayini, just give me anything as long as I can do something this year. Please avoid that, okay? Because remember that with the decision that you make right now has the potential of affecting you or affecting your career, which probably would, usually it lasts for a span of about 40 years. So you really want to make a consideration. You really want to take time to think carefully about the things that you want to get yourself involved in, right? So please avoid the nomayini, because sometimes you end up going for institutions that are not credible. You didn't even check whether this institution is registered, but they just said they offer computer science, It's called College of what. It's somewhere on the streets of Johannesburg or somewhere in the streets of East London or whatever the case may be. Then you fall into the trap of just taking nomayini. Please guys, avoid making hasty decisions that will lead you to taking just about anything, okay? So you really want to think carefully about that. Now, the third thing that I want you guys to avoid is making a decision under pressure. Now, because your friends are going to UJ or your friends are going to Nelson Mandela University, now you all of a sudden feel the urge, even if you don't qualify for the course that you actually wanted, then you apply, you take just about any other course just so that you're in proximity with your friends. Now guys, what I've realized is that, the journey once you go into university is that you tend to change friends very quickly, because remember, you begin to associate with people that you're doing kind of the same course and the same stream. So if you're following a particular friend from high school, they may not be your friend for very long. And I'm not trying to say that in a facetious way, right? I'm just simply saying that you'd find that because of the pressure of university, you may not be able to spend as much time, and relationships, friendships become really strained, and you start straining and straying away from each other. And as a result, that may be something that happens, right? So please avoid those pitfalls. I beg you, okay? Think carefully about the decisions that you want to make. And here's what I recommend rather. Start talking to your parents, right? And guys, I'm not going to give you a advice of something that I wouldn't do even for my own children, okay? So I would have a conversation with my own children, right? I would say, okay, what are the options that are available, right? So sometimes you tend to make a decision because you are emotional at the time, right? But rather for me, I would simply apply logic, because here's what you don't want to you don't want to happen. You don't want to make a decision now, and it seems like you are doing something, but it leads to a dead end. Okay, so some of the courses, especially the last minute options that are available, you find that they lead to a dead end, guys. In South Africa, we've got a number of people that are sitting with degrees that cannot be useful, right? This is where you hear that there's a high unemployment. There's a high rate of unemployment amongst graduates. But then the real question is, those graduates, what courses, what are their qualifications, right? So avoid having to take a qualification that would lead to a dead end, okay? So I would say consider very carefully the journey that you want to undertake going forward. Be reflective, be prayerful about it. Think carefully about the journey going forward. And this is a conversation. If you are close to your parents, have a conversation about it. Have them guide you. But the one thing that you should not do is try to make that decision under pressure. Okay? Now, let's talk here. Let's say your results are not necessarily the best, right? Or are not what you wanted. There's a number of options, and I published a video about the things that you can do after Matric. I spoke about TVET colleges. I spoke about, going the entrepreneurial route. Maybe you want to start your own business, but there are things that you need to think about when you're starting your own business. Maybe you want to go the route of, a gap year, just, not doing anything in particular, so that you can think carefully about your future. Those are options that are available, and that video is already published. Please go and watch that video. However, today I want to talk to the group that says, look, Malume, I want to upgrade, okay? I'm thinking about upgrading. Is it a viable option, right? What's the difference between upgrading and rewriting? So here's the difference, right? So firstly, upgrading is when you want to improve the results that you've got for a particular subject. Now remember, because you are writing the National Senior Certificate exam, you will be required, and by the way, I'm talking to both IEB and DBE students, right? So you qualify with a National Senior Certificate, right? So because you were actually writing that National Senior Certificate, that means that 25% of your results actually come from what you call SBAs, your school-based assessment, right? So in this case, it means 25% constitute of your SBAs, and then the 75% is actually coming from your exam. They take those two, they combine them together, right? And that makes your final mark, okay? So that's what happens. That's the National Senior Certificate. I will be talking to those who are writing the Senior Certificate and tell you about the difference between those. So for the Senior Certificate, they are writing out of 100%, and that exam is usually in May, June. However, it's not everybody that qualifies for the Senior Certificate. Now, I'll explain that in just a moment. So upgrading is a viable option. You want to improve, let's say, in our case at the center, you want to improve maths, or you want to improve physical science, or you want to improve life science. So you can choose those. Remember that the Department of Education has got what they call the Second Chance program, right? Now, the Second Chance program is for those who want to rewrite or those who want to upgrade, which is essentially kind of the same thing. However, so what you're going to do is the applications for the Second Chance Matric program, for those of you, now I'm going to talk to two groups, right? If you want to write in May or June, right? You have only up until the 7th of February to actually apply. If you are the Matric class of 2024, you go back to your previous school, or you go to your district to go and apply for the Second Chance program. And they will tell you where you are going to write, and they are going to give you all the information that you require, right? There are some classes that are available for that in this case, but of course all of that information can be available once you go to the district, right? And then, however, I always, I advise that rather don't rush to write in May, June, if you're the Matric class of 2024, right? Why do I say that? Because firstly, you want to give yourself sufficient time to be able to study, to be able to improve, to be able also to work on your disciplines as well, right? So that once you've worked on your disciplines, you really improve the chances of doing well, okay? So sometimes people think, okay, let me rush to write in May or June so that I can apply for university. Please remember, guys, you can still apply for university even if you are writing in November, okay? So please don't think that by writing in November, then you are just subjected to only writing in, you are only able to apply for university next year. Guys, please note, once university applications are open, everybody, whether you are upgrading or you're full-time matriculant or in grade 11, you are eligible to apply, right? And when you are upgrading, what do? You apply in this case and indicate that you are upgrading. And what they will do is that they will indicate to you that your status, rather, upon applying, in this case, it would have a pending status because they would be waiting for your upgrading results, okay? So please make sure that you know when you apply. So I'm advising that you don't rush to upgrade in May or June. That's if you're a 2024 matriculant. Give yourself enough time, right in November, so that you've got all the time to be able to do other to be able to improve your studies. Remember, guys, this is also the time to work on the disciplines that probably might have been lacking in your previous year. So no one can get to mastery level in just 3 months, right? And when you improve, what's the point of just improving if, let's say, you got a level 2 or a level 3? What's the point of just improving by just one level up? For me, I'd say you really want to give yourself enough of an opportunity to be able to improve by about 2 levels or 3 if possible, right? That's if you really apply yourself. So you really want to take that time and be able to upgrade, to study and to be able to apply yourself. So in this case, for those of you that say, look, Malume, come what may, I really do want to write in May or June, okay? And I'm going to still talk to the senior certificate candidates, right? If you're saying, I really do want to write in May or June, nothing wrong with that. But in my experience, the chances of really improving are really minimal, right? They're not as much if you're writing in May or June. Look, you can use the channel, you can use even, you can write to us at the center if you're doing maths and science. You can actually just apply for our programs, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later on. Right, so all I'm simply saying, guys, is that really think about the decision that you are making now, right, and think carefully around that. Now, let me talk to those who want to do the senior certificate. Sometimes people ask me, can I not write out of 100%? Now, remember, senior certificate can only be written by people that are over the age of 21 years, right? And secondly, they need to have completed their matric. So in this case, they can then apply for the senior certificate exam, right, where they are going to actually write out of 100%. Now, please, I want you to remember that if you're going to write for senior certificate and you have a statement or a certificate, a matric certificate for the national senior certificate, note that you will not be able to combine those results. However, you always can actually just submit those results together, right? So which means you're going to take your statement for the NSC as well as your statement of results for the senior certificate, and that's how you're going to apply going forward. Okay, right. I'm going to take your questions just now. I think, let's see. Yes, so for those of you that want to apply for the May-June exam, please note that you can apply from the 7th, or rather, you've got up until the 7th of February right? The closing date is the 7th of February, right? Please make sure that you go and apply either at the district or you can apply at the at your previous school, right? Now, you also can go to a CET center, what used to be called EBET centers, right? We are going to publish the list of centers that are around the country on our website, okay, so that you can be able, for those of you that want to know which one is the nearest center closest to me, we will be able to publish that in the near future. Right, and for those who want to write in October, November, right, please remember that the closing date, they say it's on the 21st of August, but the last thing you want to do is leave it up until the 21st of August, because what may actually happen is that the spaces can actually fill up quite quickly, and you may not find a center that will be able to accommodate you. So I would say to you, try to do it as soon as possible so that you can get yourself into a program where you are able to upgrade. Okay, right, I'm gonna take your questions in a little bit. Now, for those of you that are writing the IEB, right? Remember that the process of applying opens on the 1st of March, right? But remember that it closes on the 15th of March, if I remember correctly, right? So you are also eligible to doing the same. So how you apply, you will apply on the website, the IEB website. You just go there and you will get all the process of applying. Right, now, let me just say to those of you that want to upgrade, okay? And I'm talking to those who may be wanting to upgrade maths and science in particular. We've got 2 programs at our center, right? In fact, we've got 3 programs. The first one is what we call GradeUp. Now, this is for those of you that want to venture towards a career in STEM. Now, GradeUp will require you to have 50% in languages, 40% in maths, 40% in physical science. That is a very strict program that we have. That program is actually going to take you, so we do a maths and science upgrade, but it's going to also include robotics and coding. It's going to also include entrepreneurship. It's going to include, so it's a very exhaustive program. It's going to also include language competency, right? So we want to teach you the language of university, you know, so that we increase your chances of being able to improve there, of being able to do well there. And then it also includes, we said entrepreneurship as well as leadership. But what we are also intentionally going to do is that we're going to give you exposure into STEM related careers. So we will have people that are going to give us training and so on, and it is going to take us into that, it's going to help us in that regard. So that is called the GradeUp program. What we are going to do, if you want to get in touch with us regarding that program, and by the way, we can only take 20 people, nothing more, right? Because, as I said, that's a very strict program, and we want to make sure that we take people, for the people that we're going to take, that they are going to actually go through a very strict program where they are going to actually do well in maths and science, but we also link them to potential sponsors. And then secondly, we are going to link them to universities of their choice. Okay, so that's a strict program. That's called the GradeUp program. And then secondly, we've got the other upgrade programs. Now, for people that are doing the GradeUp program, they must be doing both maths and science, okay? There's no option to do one or the other. And then secondly, we've got the regular upgrade programs, okay? So those will be taking place during the day, okay? So in this case, by the way, even for the GradeUp program, that will be taking place during the day, but they must attend in person at the center. So whoever is going to apply for that must ensure that they are able to come to the center for the duration of the program. And by the way, The GradeUp program is a year-long program. Okay, so there's no option of going either way, writing in May or June. Right, and then we've got two other programs. We've got the regular upgrade programs that take place during the day. This is for people that want to write in May or June, right? I mean in November as well. So they are also eligible. That's for maths and that's for science. They can actually also apply for that. And then we've got night classes. Now, guys, this is for those people that are saying, look, I'm working during the day, or I've got other programs that I am attending. We've got evening classes for those, right? They are able to also apply. So if you're doing the senior certificate and you might be working, you can actually apply to us and we'll be able to take you through that. And by the way, for those of you that are doing the senior certificate, please note that you are going to write in May or June. There's no option for the senior certificate to write in November. Right, so in that case, those are the programs that we have. So remember, it's the GradeUp program, it's the upgrading program, the day program, and it's the upgrading program for those that want to attend in the evenings. And our classes in the evenings are at sorry, I at 6:30. Sorry, I was just distracted by the question that I saw here. Okay, I'm going to get to your questions just now. So guys, I really do want you to think carefully about the process of upgrading and think about where you want to go. And if you want to get in touch with us, our email address is info@mlungisinkosi.co.za, or I can give you a WhatsApp number. Our WhatsApp number is 064 554 7199. Okay, that's 064 554 7199. That's our WhatsApp number. You can get all the information that you require. Those are paid programs. So in this case, we've tried to accommodate people as much as we possibly can. And by the way, can I also say this? For the regular upgrade programs, you are able to also attend online. So you either can come in person or you can come online. All right, so you are able to apply online. So they accommodate anyone that is in any province that is outside of Gauteng. I see someone is asking me, where is our center? Our center is based in Johannesburg. Please note, this is our first center. Ne? So it's based in Johannesburg and it is in Honeydew. So you have to make sure that if you're going to do the GradeUp program, you have to be able to actually attend there in person. Okay, right. So I hope that this has been sufficient information. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to look at your question. Please don't mind if I'm looking away from the screen. Okay, I am using my iPad to just go through the questions so that I don't have to disturb my device as I am looking at the questions. All right, so the first one, it's Velem says, Malume, I'm struggling to get level 3 upwards in maths, always level 2. Velem, what I would say is that, one, I think getting yourself into a strict program helps. And I can tell you why it will help. It helps with having a sense of accountability. So what I've noted is in the past is that, people get into upgrading, but what they do is that they don't get themselves into a strict discipline. So you study whenever you want, you fall back into your old habits. Come winter time, you are not studying, and then you pick up your books again somewhere in October. In September, when you realize, hey, exams are close by. And unfortunately, that does not improve your chance of doing well. So I would say to you, please get yourself into a strict program. It's going to help you with, with getting, first of all, a community of people. Why do you need a community? You need people that you're going to study with collaboratively. You're going to need people that, you know, are going to be kind of your study buddies, you know, your mates, your classmates, or whatever the case may be. People that are going to keep you accountable, but also when you struggle, you can always get in touch with them, and you know, those are people that are going to assist you. Right. The second thing that I say really is helpful with that is that you now begin to work on really the disciplines. Because sometimes, guys, it's not a matter that you are not intelligent. And please, I want you to note that. Sometimes when people, you know, have to go through upgrading, there's that sense of shame that comes with that, because you believe, no, I'm not as intelligent, or whatever the case is. Sometimes not, guys. It's because there are certain disciplines that are required to do well, and you haven't mastered those disciplines. And that's why for people that are going to do the GradeUp program, they are going to be attending here, because we want to make sure that we work on the discipline factor. Okay, right. So Velem, I would say to you, please get yourself into a strict program, my guy, so that you are able. Oh, it's Velem Tulani. So I think the name is Tulani, né? Okay. The second question says, should I remark when I have a 70 in Geo? Really, honestly speaking, that's up to you. It's not a question that, I mean, it's not something that we can advise in. You know, it's really up to you. If you feel that, you know, your marks are not a reflection of what you think you performed, or the way that you performed, you're more than welcome to go for remarking. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, Melo says, sir, I would love to join your upgrading program. When and where can I register? All right, so for those who want to register, I've given you the phone number, right, as well as the email address, info@mlungisinkosi.co.za, and the WhatsApp number is 064 554 7199. Okay. So you will get all the information that you require, and it will be able to assist. They will be able to assist you as well. But what we're going to do when we save this video, we're going to put all that information in the description of this video. Okay, right. So another question says, not very happy for me, sir. I got 4 for maths and physics. I need advice on rewriting. Okay, I've given you all the advice that I could. Okay, you can apply for the second chance program, or if you want to, you can apply for the GradeUp program. And please note, guys, I think the last time I checked, spaces are kind of filling up for the GradeUp program. So please make sure that you can apply as soon as possible. We had said that the closing date for that, I think, was the 25th of January, but please make sure that you can get yourself registered so that we can go through the selection process and actually announce the candidates that will be able to make it for that program. Okay, but for the upgrade programs, both the online and those who want to attend in person, you are more than welcome to continue to apply to the numbers that I have given, as well as the email address. Okay, the next question says, I am current Matric. Sorry, I made a mistake when I sent the message. Okay, I'm considering biomedical science, and I'm not a big fan for maths and physics, and I'm scared it might be difficult. Okay, so it's a pseudonym that is reflective here. It's called toxic for. Hey, yeah, that. At toxic. I hope that's not your name. What I would advise is that please use my channel. Okay, you'll see very quickly that maths and science are really not difficult. And guys, how you navigate through this channel is that please go through courses. So when you go onto the channel, you'll see at the top there are tabs. There's videos, there's Gonjo, what's the other tab? Yeah, but there's videos, there's also courses. Go to the courses tab because that is going to take you through playlists, right, that we've compiled so that it's easy for you to actually understand, right? So that's how you navigate through this channel. And by the way, for those of you that are not able to either register at the center and all of that, I'd really recommend that, you know, this channel was actually designed with upgraders in mind more than the Matric class. However, the Matric class can still benefit. So you are actually welcome to use the channel as much as possible. Okay, so let's see the next question. Do people who rewrite still have access to bursaries and scholarship? Yes, that's a very good question. You know, guys, please don't take rewriting as though it's like some kind of a disease, okay? Right? In fact, let me tell you what scholarships as well as bursaries are interested in the most. They are interested in your story. And how you position and package your story is really important. So for me, I would say to you, right, make sure that you package your story in a positive way. You know, for instance, if you are upgrading, you want to write a story that shows that you are resilient, right? You are not the kind of person that easily gives up. So that's the main thing when you are going to apply for, you know, for any bursary, or if you're going to apply for any other thing. And by the way, as I said to you, please make sure that you also apply at university as soon as applications are open, right? So that is in April for most universities. You can start applying at any university, even if you are upgrading. Right, let's go to the next one. Thank you for that question. I think that was Blue Games. Okay, hey guys, your names are very interesting, eh? And then, again, another question, sir, should I remark at 70%? It is honestly up to you if you want to do that. But as I did say to you, that sometimes it doesn't really help that much. Okay, so the next question is from Hillary. Malume, I'm 30 thinking of adding subjects to my NSC. Ooh, Hillary, you are the group I actually love to talk to, okay? You know, to be honest with you, that is a very good question. When you want to add subjects, now you qualify for the senior certificate, right? So remember, you can now add a subject without having to write the SBA, right? So our evening classes, if you are working, those could suit you best. But if you are not, I'd say to you, please attend our regular upgrade classes because that is where we are going to actually push you quite a bit. So I'd say to you, please go ahead and apply, come through to us. So you said you wanted, I was told I have to change to senior certificate. Yes, my question is, will that decision disadvantage me, or does it weigh the same as the NSC? Please remember that the senior certificate is the equivalent of the national senior certificate, the NSC. Né? So please don't stress about it. It's exactly the same thing. The only thing, Jawoti, you won't be able to mend, or rather to merge the two statements together, né? To make them into one. Okay, so the next question, how to repeat Matric? This is from Ignatius. Ignatius, to be quite honest with you, you know, because of the budget in the education system, it's not possible for them to allow you to repeat Matric full time, right? But what you can do is that you can decide to go to an AET center, right? An adult center, where you can actually just rewrite your exams, rewrite or upgrade your results. In this case, that is what you can do. But there are some exceptions here and there in some provinces where you can, and please guys, I want you to be very careful. Any institution that says to you, you can rewrite or redo your SBAs, please go and check the credibility of that institution. Check if it is registered with the Department of Education. Check if they've been able, check if there are learners that actually can attest to the fact, Yoguti, you actually can redo your SPAs, because many people fall for these scams. And please, hey Josie, they are everywhere. They'll say to you, rewrite your matric. They promise heaven and earth, and they deliver none of that. Please be very careful. Okay, there are many fly-by-night institutions that are not even registered. The next thing, you are registered with that institution only to find Uti, you are not even able to rewrite at the end of the year. By the time you have to rewrite, that institution is no longer even there, right? So please check that they are registered with the Department of Education. And so you can repeat Matric that way. There are other private institutions as well. Usually you pay quite a hefty amount there to be able to do so, but they are also available. Perhaps with time I will be able to publish those on our website, but I'll let you know when that time comes. All right, let's see very quickly. I did advise on remarking to Unknown 101. You will never have to go to class. Malume's videos are the best. All right. Thank you so much. The Wisdom Wave channel. Thank you for recommending my videos. Hey guys, I really put my best, the best of my efforts in compiling those videos, and there will be some more content, guys. And I'm mindful that sometimes in those videos, some of them are quite long. But I promise you, if you go through that lengthy video, you don't have to go through all of it at once. Some of them are quite long. You just take Let's go through the next set of questions. All right. Say, how do you apply for the November rewrite? You can go to your district, or you can go to an AET center, formerly ABET centers. You will be able to be registered for the November exams. Otherwise, if you're going to be part of the GradeUp program, we will register on your behalf. Okay, so for those that are doing the GradeUp program. All right, and then Simi says, how do you apply? Okay, so I think it's the same question. Okay, Kuni says, I'm scared for IEB. It opens on the 1st of March. Yes, for IEB. And by the way, the GradeUp program is both for IEB and DBE. So you are eligible for both streams either way. And all our upgrade programs are eligible for both IEB and DBE. Right, so how do you join the GradeUp program? Okay, I've just explained that. There will be a form. We'll put all of that in the description of this video once we are done. You will be able to access that form. You can fill that form as soon as possible, and you will get all the information that you need. Right, so someone is asking me, and what if you are in Cape Town? And another one asking me, do you have a center in Bloemfontein? No, we don't have a center in Bloemfontein. If you're in Cape Town, you are able to join us online, right? And by the way, for those that will be joining us online, you really need to make sure that with the people that you've got in that online community that you are going to build, you are able to form a community. You are people that can study together, and we are going to actually create that community together. Right. Ingrid is asking me, where's your center? Where is the center? So it is in Honeydew in Johannesburg, right? Just off Randburg, right? So it's on Beyers Naudé Drive. But if you need more information, as I said, just go on to our website. All of that information, it's www.mlungisinkosi.co.za. You will be able to get all of that information. Right, now, very quickly, guys, I just need to close this live. There are a couple of questions. When a person is upgrading, do they write the same test as the current grade 12s? Yes, yes, yes. Remember, if you're writing in November, right, you will be writing the very same exam that the matriculants, the class of 2025, will actually be writing. So please note, everything is exactly the same. Okay, so for those that will be writing in May or June, both the senior certificate and the national senior certificate will be writing the same exam. Okay, you'll see that on your script, it's written both national senior certificate as well as senior certificate. Right, so I see one of our people at the office has written there that our center is in Wild Fig Business Park. All right, you will be able, and by the way, you can also check on Google Maps. Just check for Mlungisi Nkosi Maths and Science Center. It will actually show you the exact location. Right. Sipo says I'm in Matric. Okay, all right. Congratulations, Sipo Junior. Okay. Please repeat the WhatsApp number. Okay, I did give that WhatsApp number. It's 064 554 7199. That is our WhatsApp number. Okay. So my rewrite results came stating results incomplete. So if you are rewriting and it says results incomplete, don't worry about it as long as you got the results of what you actually were writing. Don't worry about it. So you can actually combine the two statements if you are rewriting. If you were rewriting the previous, this year, you can combine it with your statement from last year. Okay, you do that at the Department of Education. Sorry about that, I'm using my mobile phone. So the last thing that I want to just say, why some people say when upgrading your marks don't change. Of course, when you don't put yourself through a strict program and discipline, of course, you know, Einstein said it's foolishness to do the same thing and expect different results, right? So that's why results don't change. But you can look at my previous videos and I actually explain quite a bit about upgrading. You really want a community, you want to be disciplined, you want to, guys, I did the same process, okay? And my results were poor, but later on I was able to actually get A's in both maths and science. So it is possible, okay? Right. Let me just see. How can you rewrite for a second time if you didn't do well? The same process still applies, Nomvelo. How can you rewrite if you are doing it for the second time? I'd say to you, either go to an AET center or you can go and rewrite, you can use the second chance program again. But really you want to make sure that you do it right this time around. Get yourself into a community and be disciplined, guys. Okay. Okay, I see someone is saying no sound. Is that so? Please indicate if there's no sound. Can you guys hear me? Okay. All right. Okay, sound is good. Okay, so I want to address the last few questions. Would you recommend rewriting? I absolutely do. If your results are not what you wanted, and if you want to go into the stream where you want to go, I absolutely do recommend it. And then finally, hi uncle, can I apply to study medicine if I have amended senior certificate or for any undergraduate program? Thanks. Okay, Pearl, please note that medicine is very difficult to get into. I will be quite honest with you. Even people with distinctions, right? I have a former student that had 6 distinctions and still didn't qualify for medicine. So you can imagine just how highly contested that degree is. So for you to be able to qualify there, you have to be like top of the range, creme de la creme. Now there are they can give you, if you've got 6 distinctions, you can be given an opportunity. And by the way, I will be talking to one of my students, former students, Subotsilo. She was on SABC just the other day. The SABC got in touch with us and we put her on there. So we will be talking to her so that you understand this journey. She's doing medicine right now, but she didn't go straight into medicine. Maybe let's reserve that conversation for that time. Okay, right. And finally, can I just take the last question, guys, so that I can close this live? Hi, Uncle. Can I? Okay. I think it's the same question. Can I write my maths in June, then my physics in December? I would say for that person who wants to write maths in June, and to be quite honest with you, start studying now. Study for both. Study concurrently, guys. Listen, you're gonna go into university. What will you do when you get to a point where you have to pass 7 modules in 3 months, right? So put yourself, don't make things easy for yourself, right? Take the hard route because it guarantees results. And that's why I want to take that GradeUp program, because I want for people to go through strict discipline so that they can be able to actually succeed on whatever journey they want to go into going forward. Okay, so I'd say to you, register for both now and make sure that you study both concurrently. Okay, right. Guys, can I just leave this here, right? If it is that you're finding that, there are some more questions that you want to still ask about this, our WhatsApp number is available. Please go ahead and ask, or you can actually still comment on this video after we have saved it. Guys, it's really been a pleasure, and I hope that this year will be a big year for us, okay? I really intend on giving you support. You'll see, if you want to become a member of this channel, and by the way, this is for people that want to become members in the channel. I will be talking about memberships. We've got memberships for what we call the Upgraders Corner. This is for people that are upgrading but are not able to be a part of our programs at the center. I will be giving support. We'll be giving you information about university. When it's time to apply, we'll be giving you bursary information. We will be giving you information, study tips, and all of that. So you can become a member on this channel. So right next to the subscribe button, you've got the membership, the join button. Okay, you can be part of a member in this channel. Guys, it's really been a pleasure being with you. It's almost an hour into this, but of course, I know that the conversation is really necessary. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you all of God's best for 2025. And for those of you that are really still in limbo and you are still emotional, please don't worry, okay? This year will fly by and you will be just like everybody else. Remember that the journey to success can take so many different parts, okay? And that your journey started in a way that is unusual does not mean that you are destined for failure. There's more to you than meets the eye. I want you to keep your dream alive. Keep that dream alive. I don't want you to compromise. I don't want you to go and end up doing something that you didn't actually, something that really is below your standards. It's something that is really not what you initially wanted. Remember, guys, you will go even further with passion, okay? So I want to say, as I conclude, I want to wish you all of God's best. For 2025, we're still going to have more and more of these live sessions. It's been a pleasure being with you. Mwah, 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 mwah. Love you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Shap, shap.